Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us on today's webinar. This is our monthly webinar that we do to talk about a marketplace update. And we also have a Q&A session that we provide just to answer any questions you might have. If you're joining us on the live streaming on social media, we'd encourage you to click through the registration link and join us on Zoom. That way you're able to ask any questions you have. We'd love to have it be a very interactive session. So let's jump right into it. So a couple things I wanted to kind of surface out of the gate. One is, what are you guys thinking about going forward as we near Q4, and how are you positioning yourself from a profitability standpoint, from an operational standpoint? How are you going to be ready? And now's the time to do a lot of things to prepare. So the very first thing that I think of as we think about it is making sure everybody's aware of Prime Day. The second Prime Day essentially is what they're calling it, which is new for us this year. Robert, you want to give everybody a little overview on that?
Sure. Yeah. So basically, it is, we'll say, unconfirmed or confirmed rumor is the way I say it. Amazon has not officially made any announcements about it, but I think there are sellers that are starting to see things in there, like where they can do lightning deals, where there might be dates that are not usually as expensive as they are in October there. So Amazon is calling it early access. Kind of referring to, early access to holiday time. So, Black Friday, Cyber Monday, I think it's going to be very interesting Prime Day, compared to previous, because this past Prime Day, we saw some unusual things. The fact that consumer electronics in growth dropped to number 3, and things like health and household jumped up to the 1 and 2 spots. Like that. So what's going to happen this year in Prime Day as we go to holiday time with it? And most of that was done just because of the discounts. They were not as high on consumer electronics as what they have been in past years there. But now that we get to holiday time, when it's true gift giving season, how is that going to affect things? I think we're going to see some interesting things this year, or this Prime Day, compared to the last one and compared to Prime Day in general.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's great to have another event to get behind, for sure. And I think what it's going to force everybody to do is be prepared that much sooner. That's one of the reasons we're talking about fourth quarter right now. Is if you're, as you know, you need to get inventory locked and loaded before any Prime Day or major holiday. Now that gets pushed up a month. That's it's a pretty big deal. So hopefully you've got inventory you can send in time to really capitalize on that. If not, hopefully you're able to put some things in motion right away. But there's still a lot that can be done, to kind of ready yourself. So one of the things that I think everybody should be doing over the summer, hopefully you're already doing this, is testing content. Are you using Amazon Experiments? Are you using the Experiments program to test your titles, your bullet points, your descriptions? We recently tested just titles with one of our clients and saw a huge increase, 30% plus in conversion rates and revenue, just by making title changes. And the key is building a hypothesis. Is this the right type of strategy to deploy, so you can roll out as quickly as possible, but still have a good subset of products that are being fully tested to quantify it? So in this particular case, the client's titles were not ideal. And we updated all the titles, and then we put in a handful of products in Experiments to measure the results and quantify it. In most cases, we would recommend testing and learning as you go along, and then make the changes. So you can dictate which approach is right for you based on, are you an advanced seller and you're really strong as far as things like titles, images, things like that, or do you need to, and in that case, it's just refinements, and then certainly you would want to measure it before you make drastic changes. But if it's in bad shape or completely not optimized, we highly suggest making a more broad stroke and then still measuring it so you can revert back if you need to.
Yep.
Anything to add related to content, guys?
Well,
I was going to say,
Go ahead.
sorry,
No.
Robert.
no, mine was related to advertising, so I'll take a back seat.
Oh, that's
Okay, I'll be brief. In terms of the title testing, I'm kind of curious. What was the hypothesis? I can think of two things. You do your research, you look at your analytics, and you realize that the search intent. Well, where I'm ranking, these are informational searches, right? These are people more top of the funnel. They're starting to do their research or actually know the keywords I'm ranking for or converting, whatever the case may be, are much further down the funnel. These are more transactional. People are comparing products. So I could see where it was, let's understand the search intent and target that. Or I could see another hypothesis is, okay, we have a better understanding of the market and sort of our competitive advantage. And so, we weren't doing a great job calling out our features and benefits. I'm just kind of curious, was it one of those two or neither of those, something else?
So it was really tied to two key things. One was some of the more important keywords were not listed in the title. So from an organic ranking perspective, that needed to occur. But what we found that really helped, I think, conversion rate is there was features and benefits that were instrumental in the purchasing decision that were not called out in the title. And that impacted click-through rates and conversion rates.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah,
else. Sorry,
go ahead. No, I'm done. I was just thinking out loud. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I was going to add that before you start this A/B testing, and depending on the category you're in, you're going to have different results. But I always suggest looking at your manage inventory and go into your edit product page inside Seller Central, so you can find out if the limitations have changed for your titles and bullets, because I don't want you to do all this work and then come to find out, well, you know what, the bullets, we actually can't do 250 characters anymore. We can only do 100. And now that changes your whole strategy, and you've written all this information and content or paid someone to do that. So the first thing I would recommend is look at your title. Is Amazon going to change your limitation on the title or the bullets? And check that out first, because as we know,
it's been happening a lot.
Right. If you don't touch it, you're grandfathered in. And by the way, at least last time I did this, Amazon always changes. You can change the title and not touch the bullets and make that change and go ahead and A/B test, but they may have changed your limitation on title as well.
Yeah, the important point on that, Wes, is that it's doing all that work or paying that money for somebody to do the work. And then you go and try and do the test using your old titles, your existing that have the higher count. Amazon won't even let you do the test with your existing product, with your existing title.
The A/B testing type, yeah.
Yeah, they won't even let you do the test. You have to have the A has to be below the character count and B has to be below the character count.
Sure. The last thing I wanted to add is I just, even though we coach our clients on stuff, and I get it, a lot of my clients are very aggressive, and I love that about, because I'm aggressive as well, but I think it's easy to get caught up in doing your research. Well, this is the keyword for my product, and it's got high volume. But I would encourage everyone to look at high volume, but also high relevance, because if you're going to change a title, it's going to really, as Steve, as you said, it's going to influence a lot of your search result. But if it's not as relevant as the keyword that got maybe 10,000 less searches a month, that's more relevant, that's going to get you more conversion, and that's going to have a better effect on your listing. So I would just encourage them to think about that. Always think about relevance first, then search volume.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the way I've always believed. I know we used to debate about that before Amazon really started giving you the negative metrics, relevancy. If you have terms in there, we used to always see the great gift for mom, dad, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, junior, all that. But then Amazon started dinging you when you started ranking for irrelevant things and you didn't get a purchase for it,
Right.
which forced sellers to really step up their game on that. What I was going to say that's sort of related to the same thing is now, or in the very near future, now is the time to make sure you're building your organic ranks on
Yes.
those keywords in time for Prime Day, which will also put you, if you continue to do it in time for, Black Friday, Cyber Week for that. And especially if you have a very limited budget, on Prime Day, and especially on Cyber Week on that, that's when ads spend, quadruples or more with it. You can work on that organic rank on some of those terms at a little bit more cost-effective way,
Sure.
For them. But you got to start now, or, at least within the next couple weeks.
And that brings up a really quick topic. I don't want to sideline, so if y'all want to push this out, let me know. But today I was thinking, I was like, now's the time. Labor Day is coming up. Go set up a budget rule on your campaigns that on Labor Day, increase your budgets by 20, 30% for that one day, and set some ACOS goals in there too, and then turn that rule off right at midnight. But I was thinking, so you've got a Labor Day lift, and then you've got this possible lift at this October timeframe for this second Prime Day. And that leads you right into Black Friday, Cyber Monday. It's just sellers, in my opinion, need to take advantage of these opportunities to really move up that organic rank ladder. Because as y'all know, that's hard to do. And if you can do it on these little events like this, I think it's worth doing lightning deals, coupons, price cuts, whatever you have to do.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. Don't just do the advertising. If you want to do something specific for Labor Day, give people a reason to buy it on that day,
Right.
like a 10% or coupon or a sale or whatever. Because those are the things that will help your organic rank.
Sure.
They've got to purchase it to increase your rank.
Yeah.